What is mummification? If you don't know, mummification is very important in ancient Egypt. The people there believe that the dead person will rise from the dead in the afterlife. They believe that mummification will come to them closer to the afterlife. There was also an insane thing that the Egyptians dared to do with its dead body. They colored the internal organs, except the heart. We all know that's disgusting, but they do it with a reason. The internal organs have bacteria inside their bodies. After they finish, they don't put the pharaohs to graveyards. Instead, they put the bodies in tombs. What are the steps of mummification? First, the step is placing the hook near the dead person's body and pull out the grave. And the servant will put it in the canopic jar. The second step is to cut a hole in the left side of the stomach. The third step is to remove all the internal organs, including the heart. Then you let the organs dry, and when you finish, you have to place the lungs, intestines, stomach, and liver inside canopic jars. Next, you place the heart back inside the body. You then rinse inside the body with wine and spices. You then cover the corpse with natron or salt for 70 days. After you wait for 70 days, you will return and you will see him very skinny and no meat inside. You then wrap the whole body in bandages.
It's a mistake. It's a mistake.
Finally, you place the pharaoh in the sarcophagus. It is a type of box of a coffin. Only pharaohs can be buried in the treasury. Other Egyptian citizens are not allowed. Now I'm going to tell you information about mummification, so make sure you listen carefully. Let's start with mourning of the dead. The mourning of the dead are people feeling sad and making weird noises to show how much they care about the dead pharaohs. Tombs are designed for the dead pharaohs. They'll be placed in tombs when the mummification is finished. And when they're in the tomb, the locals who live there believe that they need to feed the pharaoh so that he could live and go to the afterlife. Tombs are usually inside the pyramids, and even the locals say that the pyramids will help the pharaohs by having a sharp edge on the center of the pyramid, and it will lead them into the afterlife. Pyramids is the shape of a polyhedron. It is where tombs are kept. Some people say that pyramids are built by stone, but others say it's from clay. Without the pyramid, the spirit can't enter the pharaoh's body, and the person can't go to the afterlife. There are more things other than pyramids that can help people get to there. Inside the tombs, there are only dead pharaohs. Hieroglyphics are alphabetical pictures that are Egyptian. They look like symbols, but they're not. The Shaptus looks so much like a statue, but is for the afterlife and it has a special formula. The Book of the Dead wasn't really a book. Egyptians didn't have books like today. It was a scroll which was important to the afterlife. The Wat is an underworld which the spirit goes to before going to the body. The weighing of the heart was the final test for the spirit before going to the afterlife. If the spirit didn't sin, it can enter the heart. But if it completed the test and has sinned, it will be sent into the Amut, part crocodile, lion, and turtle, and it will eat the spirit so it can't reach the afterlife. At last, I'll be talking about the funeral procession. People will have to bring the mummy to a necropolis. Necropolis is a pyramid and is more like a graveyard with tombs in it. So they put the mummy in the river and mourners will see it and take it. The funeral will either be pulled by people or in an ox. When the funeral was going to the tomb, locals started bringing food, drink, shaptus, therapy jars, and the mummy's possessions.